talking about meeting people, it's like, from other countries and things like that. How did you guys meet?
Oh, you can talk to this one.
Okay.
This is actually kind of a funny story.
So we met in high school. We had mutual friends, and so I would just see him, and we would just hang out together. And it until like only recently, the only people that really knew I made music were just homies.
Oh,
I would
okay.
just be like, "Yo, come over to the crib. I'll show you like some of the stuff I had written." Although I did release one project with my homie Abraham in 2018, so that was the one project that I did do.
Indigo Labs.
Yeah.
Indigo Labs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. That was actually really fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
We only did one project, but I was thinking about maybe doing one more. Hit up Abraham, see what's going down.
Does he still make music?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
But so that was in like 2000 and like I mean I've known him for a minute, but that was in 2018, and he would send. I wouldn't like. We never actually made any songs together until, as he said, in like March, right? So this dude like just kept on sending me beats for like 3 years straight.
I was
always sending me music, right?
God
And
damn.
I would always hear the beat. I'd be like, yo, I like this part, but I just never like actually worked on them. I just never did anything with them, right? I was producing my Leaving No Stone Unturned. So Leaving No Stone Unturned was also like, it came out this year. I think it came out this year. Fuck, I can't remember anymore. But it was like an accumulation of like 3-4 years of just working essentially, because I just hadn't released music. Yeah, about 3 years of it, and then eventually he sent me a track. And I was like, yo, this is fire. And he's like, yeah, dude, just come over to the crib. We'll lay some shit down. Went over. I don't know if we recorded that day, but if we didn't record, we made like 2 other beats that day. So
okay.
like, and the thing that I like about us is like, every single time we like link up, something gets done. Whether he makes a new beat, I make a beat, or we finish a song together, something gets finished.
Hell yeah.
Like, we're never like having a day to where like, we slack off and do absolutely nothing. Every time we link up, something gets done, which I like.
Yeah, that's good shit. Because I've had studio sessions with, like, all the homies, and it ends up just being, like, a kickback, really. Like, we end up recording maybe, like, 1 verse. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I used to stress that, like, I would tell everybody, like, bro, we have to finish something. Like, what are we doing, like, let's not just waste this time, and that's good. At least, like, you guys know that you guys have the same idea, like, yo, fucking this time up, like,
Yeah.
we need something, you know what I mean, a beat, a fucking video,
Something.
whatever,
Something.
I'm always down for, like, completing things. Like, I hate starting that shit and we don't finish that shit. Like, that's hella annoying.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but I get it, though, especially, like, now, like, everyone's kind of older. They got priorities, you got to go to work and bullshit like that. So, I kind of understand that the lags. But as long as it gets done, you know what I mean? Get that shit done as soon as possible.
No, yeah. You always have to stay grinding. And to that point, like, we have the same, like, goals in mind. Like, we have the same mindset. We're on, like, the same wavelength whenever it comes down to how we want the tracks arranged, what we want to do, where we want to take our future plans, all that good stuff. So it's been really organic. Like, it's just been a super organic friendship, and then also just making music as well.
Nice.
Just all around, just really good time. And he's just been absolutely killing it on the beats end. Like, the beats he's been making have just been absolutely fucking heaters. Like, literally bangers back to back. I'm like, damn, bro, fucking calm down.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That the email that you guys sent me, that shit was clean.
Dude,
I liked it. But the only thing that kind of like discouraged me to finish those songs was that all the other homies were like, oh yeah, check out this beat. They sent it to me, and I was like, oh, it's the same beat, And they're making a song on it, and I'm like, it's all good. Like, you can keep it,
Yeah, that's so I'm gonna release one more CVP pack to y'all, and then I'm gonna change up the game plan, and
But the beats are fire.
Oh, thank you.
Fire.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like
I'm gonna individually send all the artists like a pack, right?
Oh, okay,
and then you guys can choose which songs out of the pack, and then I'll recycle some of this beats that you guys didn't choose and add some new ones, and then send off to the next person.
Have you ever thought about selling your beats? Like, have you attempted that?
I have. I went as far as creating the BeatStars and a YouTube channel to post on my beats and stuff, but the way it's been working out for me, privately selling has worked out better. I don't know. I just don't want to just become like that producer who only makes YouTube beats. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So
there's some producers like they're not just type beats; they got some good originals for sure.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
But
yeah,
I think YouTube for sure flooded with type beats, bro.
Yeah.
You look up type beats, you're gonna find a type beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're definitely gonna find type beats.
All kinds of type beats.
But like most of the time when I find type beats, they're like all the good ones are already sold, and then 90% of them are like, this one's alright, this one's cool, blah blah blah.
Or you have to pay just an absolute fuck ton of amount of money to own the rights to it or to lease out the track, all that shit.
That's the thing too, is like, you see what I'm saying? Knowledge is power, because anyone who's just a rapper and you're buying beats, you don't own that shit, bro.
Nah, bro.
Like, read the contract.
Yeah.
Read the contract, bro. Like, the rapper, artist, whoever it is, you're getting fucked.
No, you are.
Like, that's it. I'm sorry to say it, but I used to sell beats on BeatStars. I read that same contract that I was selling, and it's like, it's the same thing as everybody's. You know what I'm saying? 50% writers, 50% producers, and all that shit. So even if you make a banger, I'm basically getting 90% as the producer. Like, you're basically just under my will, basically.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part, bro. It's like, people don't get that because they don't read. And I know there's hella shit in there, but the rappers got to read that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I like the point that you said that you have to read. As an artist, please do not ever fucking sign anything until you read it over or you have someone read it over, because that's how you get fucked, as you said, from all these contracts. Even if it's like a small BeatStars contract to like a major industry contract,
100%.
You have to read it. 100, like you have to.
Yeah.
You just have to.
I mean, following that, like, I think you just gotta be real with yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you have to understand realistically where you are. Like, if someone's trying to sign you, right, but let's say you get X amount of money and you have to pay X amount back, you're not the A side.
No.
They're making it seem like you're the A side.
Yeah.
But you're the B side.
All that loan you got, like all that money that you signed
basically
for,
a loan.
Advance, it's a loan.
You could literally get a credit card and sign yourself.
Yeah, literally.
It's not that hard, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I never thought
if you want to get fucked over, at least it's your credit card and you don't have to pay someone else back. You pay yourself back. You know what I'm saying? It's your name. You run that shit. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people don't get it, bro. Like, it's a loan. You don't need someone with a big name, like record company, whatever, to sign you and then, okay, let me put out an album. Doesn't do as great, and then now you're fucked. You lose your rap name. You want to leave. Yeah. You lose money. That interest grows like crazy. At least with your own credit card, you kind of control the interest as far as like how much you're paying and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really just look at your options. A lot of people want it clear cut and easy, but that's not. This is a music business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I like that point. Just get your own credit card. That's why like being independent as possible is so important.
Yeah, bro, for real. Like, see, like that, knowledge is power. Because if you didn't know that, right? Like, you're totally screwed. Like, you're thinking you're heading a crazy deal. We about to go up, pop the champagne bottles, let's get it, and nothing, bro. Like, you gotta remember, if you're not partnering, you ain't getting shit, bro.
Yeah.
If you're not partnering with somebody, like a producer, or it could be small shit too. If you're not in partnership, you're basically not getting the most out of this deal or this whole transaction. But sometimes it's not always a bad thing. Like, a BeatStars beat, it's nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you think the song's gonna be crazy, it doesn't hit as much. $30 for the amount of streams in one video, and if you do make a certain amount of money, because there's a cap on everything. It's only if you really blow up, that dude's gonna own all of it. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
but it's the chance and the risk you're willing to take. You know what I'm saying? Especially like if you don't know how to make beats and like you just kind of want to do shit. So I do understand like artists' motives, but yeah, to the point that you said, you gotta read, bro.
You have to.
I hate when people
Absolutely.
don't like check shit out, like copywriting your music or publishing your music, or you know, you could do things like song trust. There's all kinds of avenues that you can register everything, bro.
Lando is actually taking business classes at COD, like music business, and he got all that shit on lock.
Yeah.
All that shit.
There's a lot to go over too.
Bro,
Like,
Yeah.
hell yeah. The business side is boring as fuck, but it's very necessary. Like very, very necessary.
It's
I actually don't find it like as boring actually.
I
I
do.
actually find it more
I find
like
it so boring, bro.
yeah, I can see that, but I also kind of see it more as like, again, as an artist, it's my job to understand it, because
Yeah.
also I feel like if these labels, if they see that you kind of know what you're talking about, they're probably less prone to actually try to fuck with you.
Yeah,
Because
pretty
you feel
much.
like you're like,
Because you know what's up.
I know what the fuck you're doing, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to do that slick shit on me.
Basically, if they can't control you, they don't want you.
No, yeah.
That's it.
absolutely.
That's the thing, and that's what we don't want. We don't want any sort
Like,
of
how do you guys
control.
feel about that? Like, if you guys are approached by a label, like, would you guys ever want to get signed? Or
Here's my thing: is I don't know if I would want a publishing deal, but a distribution deal would be pretty cool,
Yeah.
because that's two separate things. A publishing
I get
deal
you. Yeah,
is like they own your music, they own the publishing rights to your music.
and it could be sold too.
Yeah, so
which is
yeah.
fucking crazy.
But if you do the other one, they only distribute your music. You still own 100% rights to your music. You're the producer of it. You do all that shit. But under their name, they're just like, here, take the music, like, buy it. And I'm sure like it's like a split deal as well. But again, you stay independent, but you kind of get the benefits of being on a label, because they're doing what a label would be doing anyway.
Because they're pushing, you know.
Yeah, but just minus minus the other bullshit that I guess goes down. So I think that's my kind of opinion on it. And also, like, I would rather bet on myself anyway, because if I've managed to make it to that point to where you notice me and want to sign me anyway, what's stopping me from going further? Also, I have already gotten to this point on my own. What makes you think you can do like this job for me?
I also want to touch up on that point too. Like, don't take the first deal that you like get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, absolutely know your worth as an artist, and it's okay to decline the first record deal or even like the first breakthrough that you get, because there's bound to be another offer on the table, right? People like as an artist, you're a product, right? And so when people see you perform on stage or even know how good your music is, people are gonna have a perceived value on you, and just knowing that, like, that's the basic of sales in business. Like, perceived value is everything. And so if someone sees worth in you, right, and somebody else sees like dollar signs and diamonds and all that, like people will I don't know, like bargain for you.
But like I said, you do got to be realistic.
You do have to be realistic.
Because there are some people
absolutely.
who think they're hot shit.
Absolutely.
And sheesh.
Yeah, no,
like,
absolutely.
sheesh, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Not like perceived value like in our own eyes, but
I get
in
what
other
you mean.
people's eyes,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at the
absolutely.
end of the day, it's, if you know, like, on some real shit, if you know people were fucking with you, basically, you got leverage. You can decline a deal, because then you're bound to get another one. And when you get another one, if that one's a bunkhead too, you're bound to get another one. All they want is really to jump on your future business plans and take advantage of that. Because if they see a future and growth into what, like, they're like, man, this motherfucker is going to be big as fuck. He has no idea. And we'll sign him early. We'll make him this and that. And then we'll make all the money, make all that shit. Yeah, all the profit.
Yeah.
So if people look at you like that, it's basically just leverage. And if you have leverage, you can pull the deal the way you want it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get maximize everything from there on. Because if they want to be part of your journey, you can make them a fucking backseat driver. You know what I'm saying? Like not the fucking driver, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We want to
you can sit in the back, you know.
We want to take the same approach as like Suicide Boys did in their whole approach with G59. Yeah. Like we were actually talking about like the boys actually had like their second come up. Like we thought they were big back in 2016, 2017.
Ooh.
No, like this is the biggest they've ever been.
Ever, bro. Like aren't they like the number one independent stream right now?
Yeah, number one in the world.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And that's crazy. Like
I know before that title was held by Tech9.
Yeah.
And probably Russ. But
Russ is
fucking Suicide Boys is skyrocketing.
There's a lot of artists out there that do their own thing, and they need shine too. Like Tech9, he's an OG. He's a legend out here for the independent. For like the independent artists, like shout out Strange Music. Like that shit is like.
Oh, yeah.
And also he's just like he works with Slipknot. Shout out Slipknot. Shout out like Hollywood and Dead. He worked with Hollywood and Dead. Like he's done so much crazy things, bro. And like as independent artists, as Charlie was saying, like we have more access to all these like things nowadays to where like it's almost like
you can do
like
shit.
why can't we be independent?
Yeah, like
it's very accessible these days to be independent.
Yeah,
100%.
shit can be done in your like bedroom.
Yeah,
and it's absolutely fucking insane. Wasn't like a Old Town Road like recorded in like Lil Nas X's bedroom? Like fucking down to the beat, to the recording, to like.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
to be honest.
No, yeah, but like that, like he's like another big artist in the world, and fucking he just came out of left field.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like super inspiring and motivating to a lot of artists, cause like down to production, recording, distribution, even like merchandising.
Hell yeah.
All that shit's done on the internet from the comfort of your bedroom. You know how hard it was, like back in the 80s, like to do all that shit? You had to know this guy who knew that guy who did merchandising, and then somebody else did distribution. Yeah.
Like everything started from analog, like
yeah.
bro, have you guys made beats just with your ear? No screen. Like don't look at the beat.
Nah, bro.
Bro, it's fucking hard. Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had a, what the fuck is it called? It was a XR20 beat machine that my cousin gave me. No screen. So it's just loops, basically. Like, it's basically like a baby MPC. Mm-hmm. No screen, you can't see that shit. You gotta just remember where the beginning of the loop is. Then you could add, like, the next 4 bars and make it into 3 minutes. Fucking hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now, think about that, right? Like, it's kind of hard. Fucking, it's doable, but it takes a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Now imagine like these artists like Wu-Tang Clan or like fucking Dr. Dre, all this shit way back in the day, bro. Respect, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is hard. When you can see it, like that's another thing too. Is kind of like with everyone getting all this access. It's like people can argue saying like, oh, the game's oversaturated. There's so many rappers now. It's hard to filter who's good and who's not, and all this shit, which I agree, but I also do agree like it probably is a little easier to stand out these days. Like everything's like an algorithm, you gotta play those games. But I feel like good music fucking pierces through everything. You know what I'm saying? If you got good music, who gives a fuck about what the fuck an algorithm is? You know what I'm saying? Like people like what they like, and if it's good shit, it's gonna move. You know what I'm saying?
Will, if your music is like good and meant to reach people, they will find your music. They'll find it like just either, yo, I was listening to these artists, check them out, like these guys are fire. Like that definitely 100% happens. And just the growth that we've seen within the small, few months that we have, it's really cool. And it's really like, damn, imagine like the growth we see now in these few months, imagine like a year, 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line.
Dude, honestly, like getting to sit down and talk to you guys on some real shit, it's like, it's refreshing to know that you guys are this young and you guys already fucking know a lot of shit.
Dude,
like, I respect that hella, bro. Because I've talked to so many, like, younger people than me. Like, I know I'm not old or anything, but, like let's say 17-year-old rapper. Like, homie don't know nothing and, like, he's just talking. And it's
I like to
refreshing.
put words together.
Yeah, it's refreshing to know that you guys know what the fuck is up. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, there's people older than me that don't know what the fuck is going on. Like bro, you gotta know this shit. You know?
No, yeah,
you gotta know, bro.
If you're an artist, you have to. Like, it's only gonna help you.
You gotta, bro. So yeah, I think it's pretty dope.
Thank
I
you.
like that because I've never actually had a conversation about like business or like background shit because like no one knows. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be saying some shit and
dude, when you said fucking, I'm like Sound Exchange. I know Sound Exchange.
Yeah,
I was like, I heard that word before.
yeah, like there's all this shit like that goes into play. The fun part is creating the music, kicking it with your homies, performing that shit. You know, hearing it back in the crowd. That's the cool shit. And like the background shit that I personally do not like. It's very necessary, but it's also fucking confusing because like I've learned as I went, you know, like I've had bigger homies like basically just break it down to me. I've fucked up so many times. Like I've learned just by fucking up, basically, like meeting people, fucking up, like publishing something. It went to someone else is getting my money. I fucked up, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like registering how important things is. You know the whole square BMI bullshit. All that shit. And you guys should probably like look into those conventions like with BMI and ASCAP and like pull up and just it's a vibe, bro. You meet more people.
Absolutely.
The best part honestly is like getting in a room with someone and you don't know shit. Like they're telling you shit and you're like, okay, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like I used to pull up to conventions and like they'll look at me like, bro, what the fuck you doing? But I have like a notebook and I'm writing down all this shit and they're talking fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm right there like they're like, any questions? I'm like, can you go back to the part about mixing and mastering? You know what I'm saying? They're like, fucking kid, I already explained it, you know? Then I'm right there like, come on, bro, please, you know?
Just one more time.
Yeah, I used to be that guy. Just like I wanted to learn everything, and then I started like videoing conversations. Like people were like, "Why are you taping this?" Like, I'm sorry, it's just I forget so much, you know. But shit, man. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you guys want to touch on?
I mean, besides Reminder album coming out November 26th.
Hell yeah.
Show coming up November 26th. That's just gonna be fire.
420 Bank, Palm Springs. Sheesh.
Sure, pull up. For me, man, no, not really. I think we covered it all, man. Thank you so much for having us here, being able to talk. It was really fun.
Hell yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like we appreciate you for giving us a platform and to speak our minds and to just like honestly just have like some real talk.
Yeah, I fuck with it, bro.
Absolutely, man.
Hell yeah.
This, this is a reminder to all the people. Like, this is our first podcast, and many more to come. You and we appreciate all you guys watching this.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to y'all. All love.
All love from my end. Remember, one love. Stay positive. Go out there and chase your dreams and get shit done.